When my cat first began trailing me into the bathroom, I honestly thought it was just being overly attached. It even got a little irritating at times. But the more I paid attention, the more I realized there was something deeper happening, something most people never even consider. What looks like clingy behavior is actually your cat expressing something instinctive and very real. And if you keep closing the door on them, the way I used to, you might be shutting down something they are trying to give you. So this is what I came to realize. First, my cat actually believes I might be in danger. Every time I move toward the bathroom, my cat appears almost instantly, like it is urgent. At first, I assumed it was just curiosity, but when you look at it through their instincts, it starts to make a lot more sense. Walking into a small enclosed space and shutting the door behind you does not look normal from a cat's perspective. It looks like you are putting yourself in a vulnerable position. Not for them, for you. Out in the wild, cats keep watch over each other during moments when they are exposed, like when they're eating, sleeping, or stuck in a tight space without an easy way out. And the bathroom fits every one of those conditions. So my cat is not following me because it is bored. It is taking up a position, almost like it is standing guard. There was research in 2019 from Oregon State University, led by Kristen Vitale, showing that most cats form secure attachment bonds with their owners, the same type of connection you see between a parent and a child. So when I disappear behind a closed door, my cat is not just wondering where I went, it is worried about me. That little paw reaching under the door, or that meow from outside, is not attention-seeking behavior, it's more like a patrol response. And that's only the first layer of what's actually going on. Once you start seeing the full picture, it changes how you interpret everything your cat does. Second, my cat assumes I am eating without it. I began noticing how my cat would immediately start sniffing the air the moment it entered the bathroom, or look at me like I was hiding something. At first, it felt strange, but from its perspective, it actually makes perfect sense. In the wild, when a cat catches prey, it pulls away from others to eat alone. It hides its food so it does not have to share. That's basic survival. Eat alone, keep everything. Now look at your daily routine through your cat's eyes. You walk into a room, shut the door, and stay there for a while. That pattern sends a very clear signal to your cat's brain. You're doing something important, and you do not want to share it. To your cat, it looks exactly like you are eating something valuable and keeping it to yourself. Cats are strongly driven by resource awareness. Their brains are wired to make sure they are not missing out, even if there's no actual food involved. They don't analyze situations the way we do. They react to patterns. Closed door plus isolation equals someone has food and is not sharing. That's why some cats will sit outside the door and meow non-stop, or immediately inspect the floor when you come out. They are not greeting you, they are checking for evidence. They want to know what happened in there and if anything was left behind. Third, my bathroom routine is part of my cat's internal schedule. I started noticing something strange. Sometimes my cat was already sitting by the bathroom door before I even got there. It felt like it knew what I was about to do. And the truth is, it did. Cats operate through patterns. They don't experience time the way we do, but they build their entire day around your habits. When you wake up, when you eat, when you sit down, and yes, when you go to the bathroom. Each of those moments becomes a fixed point in their mind. My morning trip to the bathroom is not random to my cat. It's part of a sequence. The alarm goes off, I get up, I go to the bathroom, then I head to the kitchen. It has memorized that pattern down to the smallest detail. That's why it's already sitting there waiting. It is not following me, it is anticipating me. And here's what most people miss. Cats don't just notice your routine, they depend on it. Research published in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior showed that changes in an owner's daily routine can be linked to signs of stress in cats, things like excessive grooming, hiding, or even problems with the litter box. That doesn't mean your cat will fall apart every time something changes. Every cat is different, and part of being a good owner is understanding how your specific cat handles those changes. But the main idea still stands. What feels like a small detail to you is actually one piece of a much larger system your cat builds around your behavior. Fifth, I realized something that completely changed how I see my cat. I'm not just its owner. In a way, I'm part of its territory. Every time I sit down in the bathroom, my cat comes over and rubs against my legs. I used to think it was just affection, and maybe part of it is, but there's something much more intentional happening. Cats have scent glands on their cheeks, their forehead, their chin, and at the base of their tail. Every time they rub against you, they leave behind pheromones. You can't smell them, but to other animals, those signals are very clear. They are marking you. That soft head push that seems cute is actually a way of saying, "This belongs to me." And the bathroom is the perfect place for it. You just washed your hands, maybe took a shower, used products that remove their scent from your skin. From your cat's point of view, you just erased their mark. So it follows you in and immediately starts putting it back. Your legs, your hands, anything it can reach. That's why it seems extra affectionate in the bathroom. It's not that it suddenly loves you more in that moment. It's that it feels the need to reapply its scent because it keeps disappearing there. When my cat can no longer pick up its own scent on me, it starts to feel like it is losing its hold on what it considers its own. So the next time my cat turns my bathroom visit into a full-on rubbing session, I remind myself what is actually going on. I am not just being shown affection, I am being marked all over again. Fifth, my cat knows I am not about to leave. I began noticing something that did not add up at first. My cat could ignore me for hours while I sat on the couch doing nothing. But the second I sat down in the bathroom, I suddenly had all of its attention. Purring, rubbing, staring all at once. That is not random. That is intentional. Cats watch everything. They learn your behavior just as closely as you try to understand theirs. And at some point, my cat picked up on a very simple but important pattern. When I am in the bathroom, I stay put. I am not moving around. I am not walking away. I am not getting distracted. I am still. And my cat knows exactly how long that usually lasts. That is why the bathroom turns into the moment where it gives the loudest purring, the strongest head pushes, and the most focused eye contact. It is not because it suddenly loves me more in that space. It is because this is the one moment where it has guaranteed access to me. No competition, no distractions, no way for me to leave. Sixth, this is the highest level of trust my cat can show. Earlier, I realized my cat was watching over me in the bathroom. That protective behavior is real, but there is something even deeper underneath it. When my cat walks into that bathroom with me, it is not just guarding me, it is trusting me. If I look at that space from my cat's point of view, it is a small enclosed area with only one way in and one way out. In the wild, that kind of space is risky. It is the type of place a cat would normally avoid because there is no easy escape if something goes wrong. There is no high ground, no backup exit, no way to react quickly. Every instinct tells it to stay away from a place like that, and yet it walks in anyway. Not because the space feels safe, but because I am there. That choice means something. A cat that follows me into the bathroom is making a clear decision. It is choosing to let its guard down around me. It is saying, this place might not be safe, but being near you feels safer than being alone. That is not something every cat will do, and it is not something any cat will do with someone it does not fully trust. There was a study in 2019 from Oregon State University that found about 65% of cats form secure attachment bonds with their owners. Those are the cats that see you as a safe base, not just someone who feeds them, but someone whose presence alone makes the world feel less threatening. If my cat follows me into the bathroom, then I know I am that safe place for it.